There's a ranch in northern Utah that some consider the epicenter of strange and bizarre phenomenon. We all know what ranch that is, and we all know the security that surrounds it. But did you know that right next door there's another ranch that offers UTV tours of the mesa and a campground literally feet from the infamous property line? Welcome to the UFO Valley Campground. Well, I assume that's Skinwalker because they have 50 cameras aimed everywhere down there. Now, there are a few things to understand before we begin. First off, my tour guide was perfectly fine having the tour filmed and aired, but did not wish to appear on camera either visually or verbally, so I will be giving you a rundown of some of the highlights. The second thing is, while on the edge of Skinwalker Ranch, in order to film in the direction of the ranch, I had to appear in the footage, or else the law would consider the footage voyeurism of a neighboring property. The owners of UFO Valley Campground basically have lived in the area for generations and are familiar with the stories both of the ranch and the area, and it has never scared them. Skinwalker Ranch only owns part of the mesa that you see on television, and the rest is mainly owned by the neighbors to the north, who are tired of people sneaking onto their properties to get a glimpse. So they lease their land to the campground for UTV tours. That way, people have a safe and legal way to see. So when they were throwing those bottles out of the helicopter, any of them land on your property? Yeah, I thought so. The ranch crew and the tours have a working relationship as well. They will return evidence and equipment from experiments to them if it runs astray. So it seems this is a win-win for everyone. Our first stop of the tour was Homestead 3, which was originally the home of Bill Locke. Later on, Bill would lease the west end of the property to the Myers. When Bill passed away, the Myers bought this part of the property. When both of the Myers passed away with no children, the ranch fell to Garth Myers and his sister, who then sold it to the Shermans. The Shermans owned the ranch for just over a year when they started reporting things happening. But long before that, the whole area had been active with UFOs. It was known locally as the UFO Ranch. It wasn't called Skinwalker Ranch until the first book was published. Did you hear that? It was like a growl or a moo. Did you hear it? So I know they got cattle. Was it a cow? It was like, The UFO activity isn't the only thing that strayed beyond the ranch. Back in the 90s, cattle mutilations and other livestock was reported throughout the area. As my tour came to an end, I made plans to return for my evening investigation and stakeout from my campsite just west of the mesa. But before that, I took in some of the other local attractions. Roughly 35 miles away from the UFO Valley Campground and Skinwalker Ranch is the Mckee Ranch. I set out in the early morning to avoid the heat, because by 10 a.m. during Utah summers, you will definitely want some good old AC. Mckee Ranch is known for its rock imagery. Rock imagery can consist of petroglyphs, images carved or pecked in rock, and pictographs, images painted on rock. The rock imagery here was created by the Fremont and Ute people between approximately 800 AD and 1100 AD. The imagery likely indicates interactions with other people from across the American Southwest. Depicted here are anthropomorphs, human-like figures, zoomorphs, animal-like figures, and panels which depict scenes. But the most interesting depictions are what some believe to be portals. With so much high strangeness in the area, Could the people of the area be marking where these gateways to somewhere else were? After a very hot hike, I headed another 30 miles west to Mckee Springs in the heart of Dinosaur National Monument to visit another notable location with even more rock imagery. If these areas did contain portals or gateways, I wanted to see if there was any significant spikes in the electromagnetic fields around this site. So as I hiked up to the petroglyphs, I brought along my EMF meter and my tri-field meter. Us people from Wisconsin live a very sheltered life, as evident by the fact that everywhere we go that's closed or abandoned is boarded up, fenced up, don't access. But yet here, there's no guardrails, no safety. This is life, People just could just roll down this hill, but come, please look at the petroglyphs, because I just it's a different way of life out here. There's nothing, no birds, bugs, wind. No, it's silent. Well, aside from my EMF meter ticking away back there. Here we go. Wee. Is that it? No, there's more. There's got to be more. Treacherous trails, going to fall. One hand on my meter. This isn't the way down at all. Gonna fall and die. Gonna fall and die. Just kidding. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it after all. Okay. So I'm not getting anything on the tri-field meter here. That doesn't mean anything. It just means there's nothing here right now. Finally, it was time to head back to the UFO Valley Campground for my nighttime stakeout.
The big tree that's kind of turning yellow already?
Yep.
The trees that's right behind it that's super tall with very few leaves in it.
Yeah.
That's the grove of trees where Homestead 3 is at.
Okay.
The other trees that's back behind it, kind of going around the mesa,
yep,
that's the grove of trees where Homestead 2 is at.
Okay. As long as I can face that way with a clear shot over the ranch, I'm good.
Okay. Well, to be able to have not a lot of obstruction in front of you, let's take you down pretty much right at the fence. How's that?
Hey guys, so we are literally at the edge of Skinwalker Ranch right now. And if you look, it's right over there on the other side of this mesa. So we've been asked by the UFO Campground to do some drone footage for them. So we're going to try and get that up for them. So it's been said that a lot of drones have issues. Obviously here on the Skinwalker Ranch. Fully charged battery there.
What's up? Hear it. Oh shit. Did it stop?
Yeah, it just crashed.
No way.
It like flew out of the sky.
I heard it. I would like heard it right over there. Do you know where it is?
Over there.
Do you need help?
If you want, sure.
I'm curious. Let's go.
It's over there.
Can you see it?
No, I can hear it though.
Yeah, I can hear it too.
Well, that's toast.
No shit.
Completely completely destroyed.
Did it give you any warning that it was going to go down?
Nope.
Or did it just drop?
I heard its propeller stop going,
Yeah.
and I went, why did that stop making noise?
The ranch has her. The ranch did it. Did you consider it as a possibility?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Right. The whatever, the vibes killed my car battery this morning, and I had to have them jump it, but it was an easier fix than this. So I didn't have to
Still
worry
has
about
battery
that.
too. 53%.
What the fuck? What the hell?
53% battery life.
Down she goes.
Just dropped out of the sky.
Oh my god.
That was like
so
very strange.
weird
I was
to
looking
hear.
right at you and just watched it drop.
Yep.
straight
I
behind
turned
you.
around and I saw it. I was like, I don't hear it anymore. And then it just went. Although the drone was grounded for the rest of this trip, I did get replacement arms and it would fly again. But now it was time to start setting up cameras and equipment. Tonight would be made even better by the fact that there is a full moon rising over the Skinwalker Mesa. So we are literally on the border of Skinwalker Ranch right now. It is over there behind those trees. The tallish tree kind of right along this power line, that's a Homestead 3. So we're right on the edge of this. And we're going to be staking this out for a couple hours after dark here tonight and see what we get. Every time I look away from this, it jumps up to 3. Now it stays. You bastard. 7:53 p.m. Saturday, September 9th. Sky over Skinwalker Ranch. Although things do happen all the time over the ranch and the surrounding area, most of the time they happen when the team from the ranch is conducting experiments. And unfortunately for me, tonight was not one of those nights. I was able to pick up the spikes on the tri-field meter, very similar to those that Travis Taylor did during their very first episode. So that hasn't been recording this whole time. I don't know how long. It is now 9:46 p.m. I don't know how long you've been off, but yeah. As the moon rose high in the sky, I decided to call it a night. I packed up my gear, and wouldn't you know it, that's when I finally got a glimpse of a strange light on the horizon. There's a random weird light, right in the tree line, straight out from...
I was looking at that like a second ago, but
It was moving.
okay.
It's in the trees, though.
Yeah,
I
it
thought I
is.
was
Yeah.
just seeing like a building light.
No.
No, that hasn't. The one that's been there is those double blinking.
You still see it?
Yeah.
No, not that.
No, this over here.
This the one farthest to the left in the trees.
Yeah,
it's
not
like
that.
the only light.
If you
Right,
go...
not the orange.
Okay, so the little light right at, like, straight out from us,
Uh-huh.
there's, like, the tallest tree,
Yep.
and then there's a divot, and then down from that divot is where I saw it. And it went behind the bigger clump of trees before the lights. Because I couldn't see that one over here.
Is it a car?
Could be cars.
I haven't seen it the whole time I've been standing here all night.
So not the one that's right here. The faint one.
No. Over. So
Past the double.
yeah, there's
Or the triad.
okay, so over here there's the 2 bright lights, then there's the big hump of trees,
Mm-hmm.
and then the valley.
Yep.
It was in the
Okay.
valley heading into the big trees.
Oh, interesting.
But it was below,
Closer
Huh.
to us.
it was below the, it went behind the big clump of trees,
Mm-hmm.
below, or in front of the other horizon. So you could see it in front of that.
Yeah.
Is that a star?
That one?
Little orange. Nope, right above the mesa.
I see it.
Right
Oh,
above
yeah.
the mesa. Maybe
kinda
it's something
light.
that just is
Yeah.
now in
Could be
our
a
vision, but-
plane. It's not moving,
Does it look
but it could be
sparkly?
coming towards us. It's going down below the mesa though, or I'm just seeing things.
It's kind of hard to tell when it's that close.
Yeah. That was the other reason I packed up, because my eyes hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It
think
looks
it's
like
moving. I would say it's probably a star.
Yeah, maybe it just like rose up above. Yeah, it's just now in sight.
Well, give it like 5 minutes and
Yeah.
find it again. If it's still there, it's probably a star.
Right.
Although I would love to tell you that I got all kinds of strange lights in the sky, orbs, animal sounds, and energy spikes while I was there, that just wasn't the case. And that's the way most science is. But getting the chance to investigate and observe one of the most unique places in North America was definitely an amazing opportunity that I couldn't pass up. What I did get was about par for the course. Drone malfunctions, some EMF spikes, and one weird light that wasn't a building, plane, or other ground vehicle. So all in all, it was not a wasted night. For now though, it's time to hit the road and continue the CAPS road trip.